Hey everyone, welcome. It's Andras from Hungary here. Since the good weather's almost here and kayaking and canoeing season on the Danube is about to start, I thought I'd tell you an interesting story. It sounds like a fairy tale, but every word is true. It was the spring of 1973. I wasn't even 17 yet. I'd been canoeing for 7 years and was already competing regularly. Our canoe club was on beautiful Margaret Island, right in the middle of Budapest. It was a real escape from the city, with its big trees, huge grassy fields, a little zoo, a swimming pool, Palatinus Beach, and a big pond full of fish. I loved canoeing, no matter the season. I started playing sports seriously when I was 9, which was unusual back then. We were lucky to live close by, just a 3-stop tram ride to Margaret Island. At first, I was the youngest at the club, so everyone looked after me. In the winter, we did running practice. That was good for me because I was pretty skinny. I was so light that I barely made a splash when I jumped in the pool. My long, strong legs helped me move my light body really fast. We often ran laps around Margaret Island. 1 lap was 6 kilometers. I could often run 2 laps without stopping, no problem. So, like I said, it was spring of 1973, just before canoeing season started. Our coach, Uncle Lacey, had us do a practice run around the island to see how fit we were. Everyone ran, from the best canoeists and world champions to the newbies. Uncle Lacey had us start one by one every 20 seconds. I started around 20th, after the experienced guys. I was feeling great, and my legs were flying. I passed everyone and finished way ahead. Uncle Lacey looked at his stopwatch and didn't believe it. He frowned and said, "You must have taken a shortcut." I was annoyed. "I'll take a break and run again," I said. "You can follow me on your bike, then we'll see if I cheated." And that's what we did. After about half an hour, I ran again, and Uncle Lacey followed on his bike. I pushed myself even harder that time and ran even faster so Uncle Lacey could see I was telling the truth. A few days later, we were back in our canoes and kayaks. We'd almost forgotten about all that running. After each canoe practice, I'd run another 3 or 4 kilometers just to cool down. Back then, I went to a really good high school in Budapest, the Toldi Gymnasium. It was known for its academics and its gym classes. One day, my gym teacher, a former gymnast on the national team, asked me if I wanted to run in the Budapest Youth Running Championships, the 1,000-meter race. Of course I said yes, I was really excited. The race was at the Vasa Stadium. I was amazed by all the other runners. Out of 30 runners, at least 20 were serious racers with special running shoes. I'd never seen shoes like that. I was wearing regular sneakers with really thin soles. Running in them felt like running barefoot. The starting gun went off. I started in the 3rd row. It was crowded at first, but I quickly took the lead. I'd never learned any racing strategy, so I just ran as fast as I could, like it was a 200-meter race. But I kept going. After running on the gravel paths of Margaret Island, the smooth track felt amazing. As I ran, I heard someone yell, "Don't run so fast, they'll catch you." I ignored them and kept going. It felt good. My legs were moving easily. I came around the last turn about 150 meters from the finish. I remembered seeing on TV that this is where runners usually get past. That made me push even harder. I was worried someone would catch me. I listened, but I didn't hear anyone. I won. When I looked back, the 2nd place runner was way behind me, maybe 80 meters back. They announced the results and gave me the gold medal. I was talking to some people, getting ready to shower, when a coach in a Hungarian national team tracksuit came up to me. He was the head of the track and field department. He congratulated me and then took me aside. He said I was a natural talent and he wanted to coach me. "You could be the one to beat those Ethiopian runners," he said. I felt so proud. It's easy to believe good things about yourself, especially when you're young. The coach added, "If you join us, you'll get 400 forints a month for food." That was a lot of money back then, almost as much as my mum made as a pharmacy manager. The thing is, I'm already a competitive canoeist, I said. Canoeing isn't for you, he said. Look at yourself, you're too thin. You were born to run. We agreed to meet the next day at the sports clinic for a full medical exam to see if I really was special. I spent half the next day at the sports clinic. They hooked me up to machines and had me run on a treadmill. They took my blood, checked my muscles, and did a bunch of other tests. The doctors were really excited about the results. You have the same kind of blood as top athletes, they said. You could be a world champion. Someone with your gifts can still compete at 60. I was on top of the world. I believed everything they said and decided to quit canoeing and become a runner. I'm going to beat Abebe Bikila, the Ethiopian Olympic champion, I told myself. I ran home to tell my parents. They weren't happy. They were academics and didn't care about sports. They wanted me to be a scholar too. They didn't understand why I loved sports so much. I had a girlfriend, Suzanne. She kayaked at the same club where I canoed. We had so much fun together. We went to practice together on Margaret Island, and afterward we enjoyed everything the island offered. We took long walks under the trees, sat on benches and kissed in the rose gardens, fed the fish in the pond, and sometimes we even saw shows at the outdoor theatre. We met downtown. Seeing her always made me happy. She was wearing a pretty floral dress. Her long legs peeked out from under the short hem. Her blonde hair fell in curls around her shoulders. She smiled big when she saw me. I told her my big news. Guess what, Suzanne? I'm quitting canoeing and becoming a runner. I had tests done and it turns out I'm really talented. Her smile vanished. Are you crazy? She asked, her voice shaking. You'd give up all this. The Danube, the races, Margaret Island, skiing in the winter, all of it, just to run around a dusty track. And what about us? Are you leaving me too? She hugged me tight. I looked into her beautiful green eyes and saw tears. We can still see each other, I tried to say, but she pulled me closer and kissed me. Right then, I knew I would never be a runner. And that's the end of my story, friends. I hope you've subscribed to my channel and given me a like. Thanks for watching and take care.